Hey everyone, this is Taurus at VisualSpicer, and today I'm going to give you guys a quick walkthrough of some of the tools and materials that I use for some of my smaller papercraft projects. So let's have a look. Okay, so first and foremost, I have my workstation PC, which I built myself and customized for all my needs and preferences. So this is where all the design work happens. Next, I have my Xerox laser printer, Color Cube 8570 model. I actually ended up getting this printer over a lot of the other ones for three reasons. One is that it has a front feed manual paper tray. What that does is that it feeds the paper over the top drum and it comes out flat like this here, which keeps the paper straight, because a lot of these laser printers, the paper will go on the inside through a series of rollers and the paper will come out all bent like this, but this one doesn't do that. The other thing I like about it is the print quality is really great, which is nice for papercraft models. And the third thing I like about it is the solid inks that it uses. So for example, here's one of the colors that it has, and it's basically like Lego blocks. So once this entire color cube is melted away, there's no waste to throw away, so there's not a ink cartridge that I'm throwing away. For the paper, I generally use 110-pound cardstock premium white. Whenever I do prototypes or smaller builds, I'll go to paper that's half the thickness to 65-pound. So I jump between these two. These are really great papers to use. For cutting out the paper model templates, I have two Silhouette Cameo plotters. Actually sponsored by Silhouette, really appreciate that. And I have both of these working at the same time out of Pepicora Viewer for Cameo, and I actually have them rigged a little bit for the page orientation. I use it a little bit different than what it was intended for. And speaking of cutting, I have a large cutting mat on my desk which protects the surface. For some of my handheld cutting tools, I have a variety of cutting devices here, a couple of X-Acto knives. I use these for smaller pieces. Same thing with this one here, it's held a little bit different. I really like the feel on it. And for some of my larger pieces, I use this DeWalt box cutter. There's that. Extremely dangerous. I have a couple of utility pincers that I use. I have this one where you just squeeze it like this to hold glue tabs to other sheets of paper in hard to reach areas, and then I have this other one that I really like, which is self-clamping, where you just press it like this and release it, and then it holds by itself for as long as you need it to. For the glue, I generally use the Aleene's brand. I've had the best results with this one, and recently they've sponsored me with a whole box of glue, so I'm pretty well stocked on that. So for the smaller models with a lot of glue tabs, I like to use this Fast Grab tacky glue. It's a little bit thicker so it doesn't run off the paper and it grabs very quickly. For some of the larger models, I like to use the Turbo tacky glue. It's a little bit more liquid-like and it spreads really easy and it grabs really well. And then for some of my larger craft models with large surface areas, I use their standard original tacky glue, just because I can get a lot of this in one container. And then I have this set of Crayola Pipsqueaks washable markers, and these I use for concealing the white edges on the piece of paper, so that basically takes care of some of the detail work on the finished model. I also use these large Sharpie markers to paint some of the black edges. Alright, so that wraps up the walkthrough. If you have any questions about anything I covered in the video, please let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for other topics you'd like to see covered, also let me know in the comments or email. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.